Hi there, I'm Vincent Boss and I provide dating and self-improvement advice. And in today's podcast, we're going to be discussing rebound relationships at Christmas. I provide audio coaching to help people try and get their ex back or get a new girlfriend or boyfriend. Check out my website for more details. www.dateme.tips. Please check your spam and junk folders if you are expecting an email from me. So now let's get back into today's podcast. And today we are discussing rebound relationships at Christmas. So if you've gone through a breakup, you've probably heard of rebound relationships. But what are they? And how do they affect your chances of getting your ex back? In today's podcast, I will be looking at 3 perspectives of how rebound relationships can connect with Christmas time. So let's get straight into this. And number 1 is dumpee rebound relationships. So if you have been dumped and want to try to get your ex back, the last thing on your mind is dating someone new. However, Christmas brings up plenty of opportunities to connect with different people socially, and relationships can suddenly start to develop. A rebound relationship is one which starts soon after a breakup and develops quickly. Christmas time provides all of the ingredients necessary for a rebound relationship to take place. Now, if you've heard of rebound relationships before, you've probably most heard of them regarding dumpers. But dumpees can also get into rebounds. As I said, a rebound relationship is where somebody gets into a new relationship soon after a breakup, and the relationship develops very quickly. There are also other red flags to look out for, and ultimately, if something is a true rebound, then it will end within a matter of months. And the reason for this is that both people are learning about each other, are getting to know each other on the job, you might say. They are getting to know each other after the relationship has started rather than before. It is the rushed nature of rebounds which make them unrealistic to last long term. Now, of course, nothing can be guaranteed, and some relationships might have rebound red flags, but ultimately develop over time and move forward past the year point, turning into and developing into more serious, substantial relationships. So we always have to consider that any relationship could last for the long term, but if there are enough red flags, then we can start to say to ourselves, this is probably a true rebound, and this probably won't last forever. But as a dumpee, you're probably thinking, I don't even want to connect with somebody new right now. And if you are in the early stages of breakup recovery, I would refer to you as a stage 1 dumpee, where you can only think about your ex. But listen, Christmas time brings up unique circumstances. Christmas parties, especially those including work colleagues, are legendary and infamous in the fact of bringing people together. So during Christmas time, even if you're not focusing on connecting with somebody new, the opportunities are there. You are most likely to be in a more relaxed state if and when you go to a party or an event. Even if you are going through a very stressful breakup, these types of events have emotions running high, and the opportunity for you to put your negativity to the back of your mind, to put your worries and your concerns away where you can't think of them, and temporarily at least, you might connect with somebody new. Now, will this develop long term? Well, it's unlikely. Will this be just a one-night stand or a fling? It is certainly possible. But Christmas time, the unique circumstances, the parties, the events, the emotion of the time of year will definitely enable dumpees more opportunity to connect with new people, even if they don't want to. But what does this mean if you want to try to get your ex back? Well, if you're a dumpee and you want to get your dumper back, you might be thinking, well, this isn't going to help my cause, connecting with somebody new. But listen, in most instances, if a dumper was to find out but you were dating somebody new, this would present yourself as a dateable individual and certainly somebody of higher value than if you had just been sitting at home alone by yourself, not wanting to connect with anybody at all. So even though we can't guarantee anything for certain, what we can say is that most dumpers who find out their dumpees are dating somebody new will not think of their dumpee in a negative way. They will not think, look, I can't connect with this person ever again, they're dating somebody new. They will be more likely to think, wow, my dumpee is valuable, wow, my dumpee has connected with somebody new, and you know what? Maybe I made a mistake, maybe I missed out, and probably I should have treated them with more respect, given them opportunity to move forward with our own relationship. In essence, a dumpee who connects with new people is more likely to re-attract their ex, to create intrigue in their mind, than if they was to sit at home doing nothing at all. So if you're a dumpee and you go into a Christmas event and you come out the other side with some type of new connection, whether it is something you're looking to pursue long term, whether or not that will happen, who knows, or whether you know this was a one-night stand, some very casual dating, ultimately, this is unlikely to affect your chances of one day your ex-dumper reaching out to you and seeing if you want to reconnect. If a dumper grows enough romantic emotional attraction, they will reach out to their dumpee, and they can do this in part by seeing their dumpee as higher value individuals, as somebody who is moving forward with their life and dating new people. If you're a dumpee, don't be fearful of making new connections. So now let's get into point number 2 and the second point of today's podcast about rebound relationships at Christmas. And point number 2 is dumper rebound relationships. So when someone ends a relationship, they are thinking of their own path and journey. In the future, they might want their ex back, but initially, at least, they are focusing on new opportunities. A rebound relationship starting over Christmas might sound frightening to their dumpee, but any recent dumper who goes into something new over Christmas is unlikely to be seeing this new person by the spring. Of course, once again, nothing can be guaranteed, but statistically, if somebody connects very soon after a breakup, if they move too fast, it is unlikely to last long term. Now, if you want your dumper back, try to stay as calm as possible. If you're a dumpee, it's so important to showcase a stable mindset. You have to understand that if this connection is developed over Christmas, it is not likely to last the test of time. The circumstances brought them together, and when the circumstances end, this is likely when things will start to fall apart. The holiday season brings up unique circumstances which feel like a fantasy compared to the reality of life most of the time. So in point number 2, we're flipping things around. We're looking at the dumper getting into a rebound relationship. That's a lot more common because when a relationship ends, the dumper is moving on their own path and they are open to new connections. But just as with the dumpee, if you connect with somebody new very soon after your breakup, if you connect with somebody new and it progresses very fast, this is learning on the job. This is getting to know your new partner during the relationship, not before. And you are likely to find out that you aren't actually long-term compatible because guess what? Very few people are. It's very hard to find a long-term relationship because most people are not long-term compatible, and hence the odds on finding a new long-term partner very soon after a previous long-term partner is almost impossible. It's very, very unlikely that this will be the case. So anybody who does, well, this is a rebound red flag, and it is likely to mean that within a matter of months, this connection would have ended. So now let's get into point number 3 and the final point of today's podcast about rebound relationships at Christmas. And point number 3 is rebounds while still in a relationship. So this might sound bizarre, but if someone has a fling or a one-night stand whilst in a relationship, this could be considered a type of rebound. If the person in question feels emotionally apart from their partner, then this could present itself as a rebound connection of sorts. Perhaps this person is a dumper in waiting, or perhaps they will never leave their partner but crave the care, attention and passion that they are not feeling in their current relationship. Christmas time creates unique circumstances, such as parties and events, where emotions run high and opportunities to connect with new people are extremely higher than normal. So even if you were in a relationship, if you are not feeling emotionally supported, emotionally loved, and emotionally connected with your partner, then you might slip up at Christmas. You might connect on a short-term basis, whether it is a fling or a one-night stand. I'm not trying to say that this is justifiable, but I'm just trying to say that this is possible. And when we look at these situations, we have to consider, did the person do this because they was not feeling emotionally supported, connected, and loved for at home? If this was the case and you find out that your partner has cheated on you during the Christmas period, then you need to consider all of the elements before you make your decision. Now, of course, you need to keep your self-respect, and you might be thinking, my partner has cheated on me, this is over. Every situation is different, every circumstance is different, and every couple are different in how they deal with infidelity. But you might want to consider what your relationship like, and can you understand in any way, shape or form of how they could have strayed. Again, I'm not justifying this behaviour, but I'm just saying that when Christmas comes along, emotions are high, opportunities are high, and when all of the party season kicks in, if somebody gets the attention that they're not getting at home, this is where they can slip up. This is where they can make a mistake, and it's up to the person who's been cheated on to really decide if they can get through this, if they can build back stronger, and whether both people have in some regard made errors and mistakes. Rebound relationships come in all shapes and sizes, and I hope in today's podcast you've been able to see that the scenario that you're experiencing might be different depending on whether you're the dumper, the dumpee, or somebody still in a relationship. If you believe that this podcast has helped you, then please consider buying me a coffee. The link to do so is in the description.
Yeah, if you miss your ex, we can help with that. Help you get him back, or we can help find you someone else. Yeah, Vincent Bo, the relationship coach, giving you some insight, bringing you a new approach. DateMe.tips, go and check the site, giving you advice, helping with your love life. Get your ex back, or move to the next. Ain't no sweat, you know Vincent Bo got you. Finding love ain't no problem. Yeah, DateMe.tips, check it out now.